Hello again, Philip Batley here, audiobook narrator. The next book I'm doing at the moment is called Trollsbane. It's a Spear of the Gods story by Gregory Amato, who's based in Oregon in the US. It is an old Norse tale of trolls and of magic and woodland spirits and this sort of thing. It's a prequel, this book in the Spear of the Gods series. It's just a short one. This is a little bit from chapter 4. Let's get recording here for chapter 4. Chapter 4. The Name of the Axe. The three of us walked around the howling, screaming lynxes tearing at their prey. Two of them dove into the pit Olvor had been in. There was a lot of scratching. There was a lot of scratching and a fearful howl. It seemed Olvor had left the little wolf just short of dead. Too bad for him, having to die twice over, but I had no sympathy. How many people had been in that very pit, only to be roasted and eaten later? Only when we had some distance from the sounds of ripping and chewing did anyone chance conversation. "You did that?" Bolly asked. "And what of it?" said Olvor, breathing heavily. "Would you rather—" Let's get her to breathe heavily, shall we? Let's try that again. "And what of it?" said Olvor, breathing heavily. "Would you rather I had left you to die?" She'd been starved for some time, and that spell had taken something more out of her. Still slapped Bolly's hand away when he offered to help her, though. Bolly shook his head. "You mistake my meaning. I have seen Valur work before, but never like that. The Landvatir had fled from that place. I could feel it. You pulled them back, and called more than spirits for help." "The spirits were willing," said Olvor. She did not elaborate, and we did not ask. The three of us travelled through the night and settled down only once we found a... No, settled down not only once, but only once we found. Let's try that again. The three of us travelled through the night and sat down only once we found a freeman's hut during the pre-dawn twilight hours. The owner had little to offer, but offered food anyway. Olvor helped herself. She was weak with hunger. Bolly and I declined, as we needed sleep more than anything else. I rose after only a few hours, refreshed and ready to go. I've always been an early riser. Not as early as Olvor, though. The Völva had already left us, off to parts unknown. Perhaps she'd had her own errand to run when she'd been captured. Let's do that final sentence, and then we'll finish on. Pity I would now not hear that story, or the story of whatever it was she was headed toward. There you go. That is a little piece from Trollsbane, a Spear of the Gods story by Gregory Amato. See you soon.